Hi everybody, it's DDK and we're going to have a QuakeWorld game here, and it's going to be another analysis thing. It's a good description. But I've been having a lot of requests to do another one of these kind of my POV analysis videos where I go through all the decisions. So my aim is going to be to basically every time I die I'm going to pause and I'm going to basically discuss my decision making and what my options should be and what my priorities are like. So this is going to be another long one, so let's get into this. Okay, so if you've seen the dm3 video, the start spawns video that I have, and if you haven't, you should check it out. It tells you how to play all the spawns. But this spawn, I'm looking to get the Mega and the LG, and then we'll see what happens after that. So by now I know it's an enemy pent, so I'm going to try and steal that GL. No, I won't go for the GL because there was someone too close to it. So once you've got the LG, your only option really is to get armor, because the LG by itself is kind of useless. You really desperately need a red, and at the start of the game that's exactly what you are wanting to achieve. This red will put me in really good stead for the next quad that's going to spawn, and I'm going to be looking to be the guy to take that next quad, and that's what this is about right now. Surviving, not using cells unless I absolutely have to. And as we see, that's the purpose of finishing off with the boomstick, trying to conserve cells. And I missed some shots, and I think Nitram there might have my cells back. So I'm trying to chase the cells and then someone else steals it, holy shit. So I'm going to end up dying, so that sucks. But I'm going to try and save my LG. It's actually fine to die there. And BPS himself had an LG, so, but I know he's weak, so I'm going to go and flood him down. I'll see if I can steal the Mega away from him. And I find him, but he did a lot of damage to me. Oh, hit him with one nail. Going to go for him again. Of course, we can't see his health when we're actually playing the game, but luckily I kill him. So, all whilst that was going on, I knew that there was an enemy LG there, and because I kept getting spawns near that guy, I know that he's low, because I already knew that he went straight from water to tunnel and into red, and that he wouldn't have any armor. So after all the damage I had done to him, I could only reasonably assume that he was going to die if I got some lucky spawns like I did. Spawned near him, kept pressuring him, and eventually it took him down. And I'm able to tell my team that there's an LG, the LG is dead now at red. And we can see that Maltas is now in there. But he's pretty low. So now I'm just going to try and pressure these weapons. Just trying to hide from Nitram's quad there, let it run out. Managed to successfully do that and get the LG. So I want to get straight to red. I know that it's somewhat safe. And trying desperately not to die or lose my LG, and I get blocked a little bit there. Oh god, this is a dangerous situation. I cannot drop the shaft there. Okay, good. So I obviously needed to get into that red. I assumed that it might be safe because I knew that Maltas was around there. I had so many cells that unless there were a bunch of spawners there like there was, I actually had an okay chance at getting up to red, but I got stopped by a lot of spawners along the way. Otherwise I probably would have gotten onto red. So now my objective is to try and pressure the weapons again. They're spawning. So we can see 2 minutes is about to spawn. 2 minutes is coming up, 2 minute mark, and that rocket's going to be any second now. Assuming no one's delayed it, and no one's delayed it. Managed to get out there without taking too much damage, but here we go. Now I'm taking damage as I run out of rockets. Can't kill the spawner quick enough. Get the armor and the rockets, and I'm going to hightail it out of here most likely. Or I'm going to wait for the armor, I'm not sure. Yeah, go for the Mega, okay. So it's really survival mode at this point until you get the health, and you really need to try and survive and do your best to stack up. And I missed the rocket jump. Right, that rocket jump. Let's have a look. What position would I be? Would have I been in? Jesus, that was quite difficult. I would have been on position on this quad area. I guess I just wanted to get up here straight away and not waste time. And that's actually completely fine, because it basically gets me on position. And as we can see, my health and armor, the stack is would be fine. I can I don't really want to take a fight with it, but I definitely can do something and escape, and I'm okay. I'm gonna find Carapace here, manage to kill him, so that's really, really nice. Carapace finds me off the spawn, and another spawner trying to get me, and another one. Hello, QuakeWorld. So surviving still, managing to work my way onto this red, and none of my teammates have the ring position, so it's really a big concern of mine. I can't rocket jump up for that, so gonna have to do a spam rocket instead, and that's okay, and I need to leave and get the red. So now I want to stay on position. I need to establish what's going on with quad. We know this enemy quad and that it's a boomstick quad. Teammates would have called to me saying that it's a boomstick quad. Managed to get a nice rockets onto him there, basically blocking the quad. And my team is constantly tracking the enemy power-ups as people see them. Managed to use the quad glow to my advantage, knew where to put the shot. And as we can see, as an enemy that just got onto the red, and I was quite blind there and didn't actually manage to take him down quick enough. But it's okay, I still have position on the red. Okay, not so much anymore, and getting blocked by Moltas. That was really unfortunate. Moltas and I both die. So off to spawn here again at the weapons room. All I can do is really try and get the weapons. I don't know why I'm fighting him instead of going for the LG. That's a mistake. Should just be going for the LG there. Off the spawn again, pressuring the weapons room. That's the objective here. You can't let the enemy team get too many weapons for free. And they're going to try and put as much damage as they can onto Nitram. And as we can see, Nitram has a red and the Carapace had the remnants of a yellow. But Ganon is running around with a quad and some armor too. So neither team really can get many weapons. And again, it's just all about pressuring these weapons. That's my goal. Pressuring the weapons, supporting team weapons, and should my teammates call me to an area for a reason like flooding or whatever, then I have to respond to that too. So those are the priorities. They're relatively simple, but there's of course loads of little nuances to it. And of course you need to hit good boomstick. Hitting at least a 40% boomstick is kind of vital in the high division play, because otherwise you'll just lose all the boomstick to boomstick fights. I think everyone in my team shoots around almost up to 50 most of the time. And the same can be said for a lot of teams. So I managed to spawn on the rocket there. And I'm survival mode. Pen went to Encall. I couldn't go for it. So I just need to survive and get this yellow if possible. Or if the red is free, then I'm going for red. Because often, like, if my teammate Encall just took the red, but he secured red, so if I was in any trouble here, I know the path to red is clear. But that wasn't a concern, so instead I just keep yellow, and now Encall can keep the red side, which is what he's doing. And carefully not running over the spawn there, and just helping my teammate Ganon get the weapon, and helping him get onto the yellow as well. So now he's stacked, I can leave and go back to red. So that's what I should be doing. Going to red now. Yep. Going to red. No, what am I doing? I guess I'm waiting around here to get the next yellow. But I really think that I should be going to red. Ganon is not losing any of his armor, so this is okay anyway. Covering the entrance there from the hill to the weapons room. And my team had the quad on lock, so I didn't have to go. So I could keep the pressure up. But now I'm of a mind that I want to help support this red area, and Moltas only has an LG, so it's going to be really important for me to make sure that I'm on this red area because I have a rocket launcher. Encall is also here to help. Unluckily, I get taken out there, and I lose my rocket launcher. But my teammates still have red secure, and Moltas is very low though, and the pressure from sudden death is somewhat relentless. So off to spawn again. It's all about playing for the weapons. I almost feel like I'm painting this in a simple light, but it's when you play, you'll see that it's not quite so simple, as there's so much to do with you know, the in-fight finesse that is required to come out on top. And here I get a rocket launcher, so I know that red is safe. My team has red, and we've had red for a while. So as far as I know, the best option is, if you can get a red straight away, you should go for red. So I'm going to go hill and see what's up. There's a lot of shit going on. Gotta be pretty careful. I gave away that I'm a rocket launcher going to red now. So if they did have anyone in red, they would be expecting me. But that's not the case. So I end up getting on top of red. So that's an amazing result and absolutely ideal. Now what do I need to be doing is covering ring and making sure that the enemy quad and enemies don't get positioned on red. That's my goal right now. So, managed to kill the quad, that's good. Now I just need to make sure that red stays safe. And I did sustain some damage, so I could use another one. But I think no, Ganon's going to give it to me. Okay. So now I'm the guy who's looking strong for quad, and I can go to this side of the map, because to the quad side, because I'm the strongest. Although I did take some damage there, but in exchange, they ended up getting pushed back and falling down. And as we can see, Ganon is over there with his lower stack, but he is supporting me really well from ring. And did I damage him now? I don't know. And that's unfortunate. Teammate dropping onto that yellow just as I was about to do it, putting me out of position. And the idea is that basically I can rocket. Oh shit, that's bad. Shooting my teammate there. Ganon, sorry Ganon. But yeah, the idea there is that we support each other, and I lost my train of thought. That's not great. Oh yes, sorry. Okay, so the idea there is the mega. You drop for the mega because when you take a mega, you can rocket jump up with a net gain of health. You'll lose armor obviously, but you will gain health. As my armor was already low, it was a good choice, but unfortunately the random element of it being in such a poor position sucks, and I didn't get it. But I survived, and that's a crucial thing that you always need to weigh up. It's always got to be in your mind whether like surviving has to be a priority in the back of your head, and you've got to weigh it always against what your team needs you to do, because there are situations where you just have to go in and go in hard. So with the rocket launcher here, my team still has this red area, and it's really, I think I'm the ring guy pretty much, so I got to stay on this ring area. It's not for me to run anywhere else. I'm just staying on ring, and I need to keep red safe. Unless someone relieves me, this is my job. So now we know that there's a LG at SNG, and now this is an important thing that we TKS have talked about before. It can be very tempting to chase this guy, Nitram at the SNG. He'll get the mega, sure. He can get as much health as he wants and maybe cells, sure. But if we're still getting the reds and the quads, this guy has to come to us. And as long as we're always aware that he is around here, and we can factor that into our decision making, we don't have to send a guy up here to take this fight, because it's a needless fight to take. Look how soon quad is. Quad is in 4 seconds. There's no need to try and kill him. So if enemies go into SNG with weapons, you don't have to attack them. You just have to stop them from getting onto red, so you just have to be aware. And looks like Enkar's going to be strong for the squad, so I'm going to support him at the ring. I'm going to keep ring. And again, I know that there's an LG around there, so I'm going to be pretty wary. The rocket jump up is to make sure that my poor position is only for a moment, and I'm going to go for some health. You only need 50 health to use up an entire red, and I'm going to be very cautious. I know that there was an LG around here, so that's why you can see some caution, and there's no idea where he's gone. And this is dangerous, because if you stay here too long, you're putting yourself out of position, and I kind of did that, so that was a mistake. And blocking Enkar there, and yeah. Sometimes it's better to kill your teammate, because if they're blocking the desired route that you want to take, if the teammate has just a boomstick, it can often just be better to give him. And here I'm holding this area, because as we can see, Pennant is very difficult to hold from down here, because people can freely drop down. So by standing here and having a teammates down there, I can stop people from coming through the window, the boomstickers. So this is the only other place people can come, so through the water. So hopefully this pays off, and my team does get the pen, and Ganon does get it, so that's good. And that leaves me on position for this quad, and we've got Enkar supporting. Oh god, I shoot Enkar. I am so bad to my teammates. But we saw that Enkar was on position for the quad, so that's really good team play. Like, that level of team coordination is really important, and team awareness. Like, Enkar was able to factor in that I had window on lock and that we had pen on lock. So that frees him up to keep ring and make sure that no one steals the reds from under our noses. And also for us to make sure that we get the ring, and then Carl didn't get the ring. It also left me in a position where I didn't have to drop for Pent, so I can maintain my positioning and then get onto the quad and make sure that that is a positive thing for our team and the enemy does not get it. So now we're in a position where I desperately need a yellow, and I'm going to leave because I know that we have red safe, and that, or I think we have red safe, and I know that Ganon wants to stick around that area, so me leaving is much better for Ganon and giving the yellow to him is much better for Ganon. But Ganon falling down there because I block him, not a good look. So this is a common situation you get into. You have two RLs who are kind of low on health, and this area has two spawns, and we can see that Enkala is killing people. So people can spawn here, and that can be really troublesome if you're going for health. So this is a weird situation because Ganon has a rocket launcher. So Ganon's play is going to be to stand on the red, so I'm going to have to go for the health for myself. But if Ganon just had a boomstick, then the play that you need to make as a team is always to get the boomstick guy to go first, so that he can scout stuff out for you with your rocket launcher, so that you can, so that you are not going to take damage with your rocket if there's if there is someone there, or that you have warning. But Ganon does indeed have a weapon, so he's just going to go for that red, and you can see that I didn't get too crazy. I'm like, okay, I'm happy with that 25 or the 20, whatever it is. So I'm going to take that and move on. And that's basically where knowing that 50 health is all you need for a red comes in. And here I get to pressure the weapons room. The quad is spawning momentarily, but I get to make a couple of shots here because window was safe. And quad is stolen by the enemy, but it's actually kind of okay. I mean, it's a bit of a misstep because that quad was easily attainable by me. That was my mistake. But equally, we are controlling all of the armors, and we're making sure that we have position with our weapons to block the enemies, and their quad dies, to block the enemies from actually escaping. And now we have our information on that rocket launcher going to window. So now I can deny that yellow, because I know that my teammates won't need it, make some smooth moves across the SMG, and basically see what's going on over here at red. And Ganon has this red area still, but he hasn't got... Oh, he has got a weapon, so okay. So Ganon's got this area. Whoa. That was a face rocket. So now I'm weak, and at this stage, I can't take any fights, so it's survival mode. Basically, like, you weigh up... like, when I was talking about weighing up the survival mode thing in the priority list in your head against other decisions, it constantly changes, obviously, based on your situation, your stack, your ammo, and so on and so forth. So I have to be really careful here because people can spawn on me at any moment, and health is there for me, luckily. So now I need a top up on armor as well, and the Mega is there, which is nice. So trying to do a min damage rocket jump up to the Mega so I don't waste any time. And I'm going to get another red, so I might as well rocket jump up to get it faster. So I'm the ring guy now, but for some reason I'm moving... No, yeah, stay at ring. I need to stay at ring. This is a very easy mistake to make, to leave ring right now. Very easy mistake. And there we go, I make the mistake. I do find carapace and hit a good rocket, but again, there's no need to leave ring at that stage. This is QuakeWorld though. QuakeWorld is a game of good fundamentals, of course, like any game, but there's a bunch of fundamental stuff like staying at ring, which is important for various reasons. There are always exceptions to the rule, and there are times when really good players get the reads or whatever of the situation, and they're going to make the split-second judgment to create an exception to the rule. There I get position on window because we know that they have dues. So we know they have dues at yellow, and another one of my teammates attacked from another angle, so I was covering the escape path of those dudes at the window. Missed the rocket jump though, which is never good. And again, now I've lost position on this red area. I managed to deny a lot with decent rockets, but I'm gonna die. Like, I'm just going to die there. I lost my rocket, and this is the impact. Okay, this is the impact, right? of me doing this. I'm at ring, I decide to jump across, and I take the shot here, and I go to window. So my team has no presence at red. Sure, I get a rocket kill, but if I keep taking these reds, then their team doesn't get any reds. Their boomstickers don't get any reds. So I'm still on good positioning for the quad, and I still have a solid base for my team to work around. So that rocket kill, even though rocket kills are really important at window, I didn't successfully recognize that my place was at ring to block red. And so when I came back in to get red, red wasn't safe anymore. So this is the impact basically that you're seeing. However, they didn't have much to take to red, so Ganon manages to get in there himself. But we can see that it's a play that's inconsistent. You want to try and play for as much consistency as possible in your decision making. And had I stayed alive, staying alive is much better than dying, of course. And then Ganon would have been able to come in eventually, and he would have gotten, the reds, and we would have had two rockets with reds. One stays on the ring, and the other can go off and do other stuff, and we have more control on the map that we can use. So now it's a typical thing again, and I'm the spawner. So what I have to do is make sure that I can pressure the weapons and deny the yellows, and see what I can make happen. Right now it's all about Ganon, because Ganon is the only rocket launcher with armor, and he's keeping this red for us. So this is another thing. It's all very well for one player to hold red on your team who has the rocket launcher, but if that is the case, your team has to successfully, he has to basically make sure that he doesn't take damage at this ring area whilst he kills spawners and covers the positions. And what your team has to do, your other teammates, is the boomstickers have to take these reds, and you can't really leave these reds up, because it's an advantage you're giving up. Because you take this red and you take it to the weapon room, and you have a much higher chance of survival, and a much higher chance of getting the weapons and getting away with the weapons. It's so strong. And we can see Ganon there camping outside the window, because quad is coming up soon, so Ganon wants to try and cover that area in case an enemy goes through, and he does get someone with the LG. So now I'm in a position where I'm just spawning, so I'm just going to try and help a quad and see what happens. I die, quad is in 10 seconds, so quad isn't yet. I find a rocket launcher. I don't know how strong or not he is. Okay, Enkal takes him out. So Enkal would have said, rock dead at yellow. So now we know when the next new rock is going to be, and we always have these tabs on when the weapons are and how many weapons the enemy team has. That's absolutely crucial. Ganon, does he decide to take this or not? He can definitely give that away, but taking it is fine too. So I was waiting there for him to decide which one it was going to be. Now we have information on, this is something that's important. Often something we're good at is we're relentless at trying to kill these weapons that are in position, like Nitram was. Oh, Ganon killed him anyway. Nitram tried to discharge. But we will call these guys, you have to recognize when, because Nitram was around here with their LG, and he was going to try and get through to hill and to red and stuff like that. Or he was going to try and go up here to yellow. And the important thing to note is that when he's in this area, his positioning is really, really weak. He can get shot from absolutely everywhere. As soon as he gets position here, all of a sudden he can't get shot from any places. So he's going to be fighting much more efficiently. So your team has to recognize these situations when enemy weapons are in bad positions, and you need to flood them down. And so that's an important thing to note, because you don't want them to get positioning. Let's manage to get the GL there. Just going to try and harass this rock, see if I can get any lucky shots, and that's not the case. Spawn red, and usually it's worth checking red if you do spawn red. And we can see Ganon here gets a lovely kill on a weapon. Unfortunately, there's no pack drop for me. And Pent spawning, and as usual, Enkal is going to get the Pent. And I get the ring. So I'm going to try and get armor with the ring, and then I'm going to get a weapon. That's the plan. So obviously they can't see me with the ring very well, so it should be pretty easy for me to fight and pretty easy for me to take weapons. That was really unfortunate, but I guess we didn't know when it was spawning. So just going to try and win the fights there, and Carapace does steal that yellow away. So again, just pressuring these areas. Don't want to give away yellows for free, and we can see Carapace lost almost all of his yellow by the time he got to the rocket area. And we win that, we win the rocket, but now it's not over. We have to get out here, and we have to get the rocket onto the yellow. And yeah, I don't drop it, which is good. You got to be careful with dropping. Never want to drop unless you're dropping with a teammate nearby, or unless yeah, that's pretty much it. No one has. Oh my god, I got pushed right off of that. That was weird. Oh no, that was bad. So yeah, if neither team has control and you spawn near red, you go to red, and your job as a boomstick is always going to be about keeping your eyes open and relaying important information to your team. If I say, because if I go into red, and I got to red top there, and the red was up for me. If I go into red and there's like no one there, saying red is open provides a lot of information. Let's say you had a team weapon who was around window area. He has no idea what red is like. If you tell him red is open, bam, he was fucking there. He is on the way to red. Red is open, all because you said red is, you walked in here with your spawn and said, red is open. And that's so important, because it changes everything for the weapon, your team weapon who was here, because he wants to be on red. He wants to get a red, and he's scared of people who have weapons in this area who may have reds and may have positional advantage on over him. So that's the reason why you got to keeping your eyes open with the as a boomstick and saying stuff like red open and yellow open and stuff like that is important information for your teammates who have rocket launchers and shafts. So again, the usual story, managed to get that shaft, but I was going to take too much damage, I wouldn't have been able to escape, so I decided just to discharge. I often don't go for that, but you do leave an empty pack with discharging an empty shaft pack. Again, just going for these weapons with my teammates. And you can see Nitram covering his teammate and helping him get away. Good team play there. So again, pressure. Quad is coming up soon. And I should have been there to help support it, but I wasn't, which is unfortunate. But Enkal does grab the quad, so good work to him. And he is super stacked with shaft and quad. So now it's like, it's a completely fine option for me to go to red, because Enkal is the only... Oh, Moltas is alive with a weapon, never mind. Moltas needs to move on to the red area, whilst Enkal goes and tries to get himself a rocket launcher. But I get the new LG, and red is still safe, I should think. There's Moltas in front of me. So this is going to be a good opportunity for me to go and get a red. And we can see Enkal just topped up there. So I'm just going to be, I got to be careful. I'm going to top up on health, and then try to get myself onto that red again. Not wanting to commit to any fights, I'm more interested in getting the red and getting position onto the quad. And there we go. Now goals with the shaft. You don't want to use the shaft unless you have a quad and you insta-gib people. You don't want to use the shaft on spawners unless you can avoid it. You only want to use the shaft for killing enemy weapons unless you have shitloads of cells. So my idea here is to get into a position where I can kill enemy weapons, and that's not the case. I get blocked straight away, so it's a bit anticlimactic there. And I see that they got... Was that the new weapon on BPS? Yeah, I think it was. No, I don't know. Not sure, I didn't see the ammo. I guess not, as I'm waiting here. There we go. So I got the rocket launcher, we got a time on it now. And Nitram does come at me, and I get the lucky spawn onto it. So I'm going to probably bore here. Oh no, not going to bore, I guess, with that cannon. And I do get killed by Grizzling, so no matter. Lost bridge stairs. So again, pressuring the weapons. There's definitely like a huge room for improvement in my play, that's for sure. So I definitely make a lot of mistakes still. It's very tempting to move around a lot in QuakeWorld when you don't have to. There's a lot of spots where you can just sit still, but it's hard to read the game all the time and make the best calls. That's really why QuakeWorld is so crazy to play. Because in QuakeWorld, it's such a structured 4v4 game. There is a lot of structure to what's going on, as you can tell. But there's also a lot of chaos, and it's very manic and very fast paced. So constantly reading the game and updating yourself with for your decision making and using the information your team gives you through binds and the team voice communication is I mean, like, it's difficult. It is difficult to constantly read the game correctly. But it is a game of unknowns. It's a bit like poker in that sense, where you want to make the plus EV plays, the plays which are going to make you the most money over time. And the reason why you look at it like that is because you don't have all the information. As much as people want to compare any FPS game to chess or whatever, it just doesn't work, because in chess you have complete information about what the other person is doing. So I don't know why people always use that comparison, but whatever. But yeah, so there you go. I don't think there's much point looking at the stats. This has been a very long, very long one, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope it was informative in some way, shape or form. And thanks for watching, guys. And again, if you want to see more of these types of videos, please let me know. Give me any suggestions of any games you want me to cover, anything like that. And thanks for watching. See you guys later.